Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I'm just joking about going to the dark side, per se, because I'm talking about the controversial decision to get the vaccine. And for some people who are completely against it, it is me turning to the dark side. But I honor that each person has to make their own decision, especially for something like that. Now, if I'm about to say everybody has a right to make their own decision when it comes to their body, and then someone's going to say, really, Juliana, because you don't support abortion. Well, you're right, I don't. But that's because I recognize that a little baby is actually separate from the body. Hence the reason they make the mom so incredibly sick, because it's essentially a foreign object once that little person starts to grow and become their own. So yeah, that's a topic for another day. But in making decisions, like whether or not to get the vaccine, of course, I've honored everybody's desire as I've been struggling on my own and have shared here on Jules Blessed Vegan. So I finally decided to get the vaccine. And I went with the Pfizer. And there's Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. And then in other countries, there's the AstraZeneca. The AstraZeneca and the Johnson & Johnson, to some extent, have shown conflicts in both issues with blood clots for some people, women, just having women issues, if you will. And all of that's debatable. And there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. It turns out that there is actually no actual coronavirus in the vaccines, for those who are thinking that. And though, like almost everything, like every Healthline article I've ever shared, things tend to be tested on animals. PETA, which is, of course, ethical vegans, absolutely supported getting the vaccine for those who wanted it, and did not see a conflict in that. And certainly the Catholic Church, which is a big part of my life, were game on seeing it as a tremendous blessing, meaning that really in record time the pandemic became somewhat arrested. Obviously, we're praying every single minute for people in India, where it's raging, for people in, let me try and think. I know it's raging. It's raging in places. How am I not seeing that? India, Brazil, peace be with you. Anyway, I will continue to wear my mask. I'll wear my mask for a long, long time because I live in, outside of Los Angeles, and it's highly populated. And as a teacher, most of my students, and certainly ones I teach, are under 12 years old and will not be getting the vaccination, which is fine. But like me getting strep throat 7 times a year, not anymore, not with my plant-based diet, but in the past, where I used to get absolutely everything they brought into the classroom, I will continue to protect myself in those settings. I would be comfortable not wearing a mask outside, but I just don't want to be stupid about it. And again, I'm already hearing voices in my head. And no, it's not because I'm off medication and have bipolar. It's because I already hear people saying, are you kidding me, Juliana? Raw vegans don't need that. And vegans are protected from things like that. You know what? I believe it. I believe that there is a much greater protection for those who eat vegan, and certainly plant-based vegan. I also believe that for the few less than 2% of people who actually get the COVID, as vegans, they'll have a fantastic chance of overcoming it rather quickly and successfully. I'm game for all of that. If you followed my channel, you'll know how often I falter with my food, and that I don't get to claim the benefits of a pristine vegan diet because I haven't had longevity with that. So it's kind of a mistake for me to do that. Initially, my doctors were saying I really shouldn't do the vaccine because of my asthma and various things. But as it's panned out, and they have over a year of records and millions of people, it was thought that I would be okay. And I talked with my family, I prayed about it, and I thought, you know what? I have my precious niece and nephew, and they are still in care homes, care facilities, and my ability to go there as my nephew's being transferred to Southern California is 100% better if I have been vaccinated. My mother, who's going to be 89, and she's a phenom, she's going to be 89 in August, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Part of her bucket list is to go to Ireland, and she wants me to a sister to Ireland, which would just be so amazing for us. And my ability to do that will be greatly improved with proof that I've been vaccinated. So that's what I mean about going to the dark side. Did I fall prey on my husband, who's a nurse, and would not let up on saying, Juliana, I don't want to lose you. I love you. Get vaccinated. Yeah, a little bit of that weighed on me. I did not want to feel that pressure from various family members was what made me make my decision. I just kind of realized that with what health I do have, I could get vaccinated and my body would be able to deal with it, and ideally better than the COVID in the event that I got the COVID. My a nurse friend of mine was reminding me that the body is really good about getting rid of and discharging waste that doesn't serve it. And so whatever the extra nonsense is that I have put in my body for the moment, again, in following a raw vegan diet, I believe my body will get rid of whatever stuff it doesn't need. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys, because at the risk of somebody listening to JBV, that's Jules Blessed Vegan, short form, and saying, oh, well, I'm not going to get it because she didn't. I was hoping those first two videos that I did were really objective in me just seeking information, and that in no way did I influence someone to not get it if they wanted to. And I pray that I'm not influencing anyone to suddenly get it in this circumstance either. I really believe that it's per person. For me, in my circumstance, as a teacher, of young children who bring in a lot of stuff, definitely as someone who wants to visit ailing family members in facilities, that wants to travel outside of the country, it served me to do it. And so I'm going to trust God to take care of me. So I actually got that yesterday on my way home from school. Today, I did have a very low-grade headache, which I just generally don't get anymore. And just a teeny bit of pain at the site, but no inflammation, no sore arm, nothing like that. And the next one is in 3 weeks. I, again, did not get the Johnson & Johnson because blood clots are definitely in my family, as my niece is struggling, as my sister is struggling. It doesn't seem to be my case. And again, in trusting the vegan diet, I don't believe that will be my case, but it just wasn't an additional risk that I was willing to take. All right, my friends, I just wanted to keep you posted. That's what JBV is all about. I share when I do well, I share when I falter, and I wanted to share my ultimate choice on that vaccine. What I think is super stupid about the vaccine, full disclosure, is that they're not knowing how long it'll be. Like I told you guys, I used to get the flu shot every single year because it's required every year. And as a teacher, I just automatically got it every year. I didn't get it the last 2 years because I've really been in the vegan diet and plant-based and just haven't been sick. I haven't had antibiotics for almost 3 years. Just before I started really committing to this, I was having really bad edema, really bad swelling in my legs, was hospitalized for that. My asthma, again, food related more than anything, was through the roof, and I was having to get just a bunch of medication for all those kind of things as I was getting off of other medications like my thyroid and kidney and bipolar medications and getting off of all of those. But those were kind of the last ones to go. And what I did see, though, and I was pleased about in the hospital the last time, was that they actually were giving probiotics with the antibiotics, which was a huge change. That was at Kaiser. But anyway, I haven't done any of those things, and I hope this isn't a big setback for my system. But again, just measuring all of the factors, I decided that that was something I could do and still live with myself. Because that's kind of what it was, right? It was like, am I going to resent anyone who pressured me into this? No. Am I going to hate myself for something you can't take back once it's in your body? No. Are you going to trust God? Yes. Are you going to step up, like you said yesterday, with coming out and being steadfast? Because there's certain things that you really can count on with a vegan diet, raw vegan diet, plant-based diet. Okay? None of the nonsense, not the junk food vegan. I'm saying if you're really living fruit, vegetables, adequate, though low-fat, plant-based fats, right? If you're really living that, I believe you could pretty much be subjected to anything and be fine. If you fall off the wagon as often as I do, I don't know if that's a claim that's valid. But in going forward, because in essence, I'm asking my body to heal from this shot, right? Is that what you're thinking? I'm almost thinking that. Like, okay, you just introduced a foreign substance to your body. Your body's fighting back with its tiny headache and inflammation at the site. Apparently, the second dose tends to be even harder for many people. You've asked your body to enter into a war, right? How are you going to support your body? By being clean. By being clean every freaking day. By getting angry at the food, angry at the temptations, angry at all of the silliness that I allow myself to fall prey to when I am one of the most blessed people ever in terms of having access to living food, having the money to buy quality fruit and vegetables, organic most of the time, right? To be so blessed as to be free of pain and inflammation every day when I at times could barely walk or move or was hurting so bad I just wanted to cry or throw up or go to sleep for the whole day. That is not my case. So the only thing I can do is go forward and honor myself by eating right every day and keeping food in its place, which is eating to live, not living to eat. All right, people, thanks so much. I just ask that you love me anyway. Because for some people, that's a deal breaker. It's weird. Not in the Overeaters Anonymous people, if that's who you are. And I know vaccines are controversial, but a lot of my vegan people, sadly, there's certain things you can do in that community and you're out. May I not be out. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Let me know down below. Did you get that vaccine? Are you willing to admit it? Are you still considering it? Are you still, heck no, Juliana? And I'm praying for your soul. I'm all in. Let me know. And until we talk again, best of all, trust that I feel blessed in general and I'll be provided for, and know that you're blessed too.